All right, what is going on, Virgos? Welcome back to the channel, Elevated Spirits. It's Jazi, your favorite Cali reader. So this is going to be your end of the year / full moon reading. We are on the tail end of the full moon, still in that full moon energy. So when this message comes to you is when it is meant for you. Just know that time, or remember, for a lot of you, remember that time is fluid, not linear. So when you come to the message, there's something here for you. All right, so let's get into this. Your reading is loaded. I can already tell. Just as the cards were flipping up, I had to flip them back down. Normally I would leave them as they come out. However, I turned them back down because I've noticed that sometimes as I get to reading, my eyes will be drawn, and then I'll start picking up messages on those cards, and I'm not there yet. So I don't want to make it more confusing for myself than it already feels like it can get sometimes. So if you know, you know. I hope y'all understand what I mean by that. So it just makes it a bit easier for me to channel and stay in alignment with the current, the cards I'm currently reading, because then it just makes it one big old jumbled mess, and then it's confusing for me, which would definitely be confusing for you. So I don't want to do that to either one of us. So but to start off, looking at the bottoms of the decks that I have used already, it feels like some of you, I really don't feel like this is your energy, to be honest, Virgo. I mean, you may be feeling the remnants of whatever it is that you're leaving behind, that some of you are being asked to leave behind. But someone, I feel like it's someone that you guys are essentially leaving behind that's going to be feeling like this. Someone's kind of like, I feel like going into the new year, or kind of like ending 2023 with a broken heart. Some of you guys are breaking someone's heart here. And I feel like it's not that you're maybe necessarily doing it on purpose, but I feel like it's kind of like the signs with this message in a bottle. It's like some of you have been going round and round with someone over and over again, meaning just kind of like, kind of like been getting signs, synchronicities that something isn't working. It's just the repeat, that even if someone says they're going to change, they're really not. You can't trust what they're saying, you can't trust what they're telling you. Their actions aren't matching their words. It's just like, I feel like you guys are just, the signs are cautioning you. The signs are, I feel like, really telling you guys that it's time for you to choose a new path, to choose a new direction. And I feel like essentially you guys are actually, I feel like, taking the message, you're heeding that call, and actually responding in such a way it's essentially leaving other people behind. And someone, I feel like in particular, that some of you are dealing with is kind of ending the year with a broken heart. And it's not, like I said, that I feel like you're doing it on purpose, like you're not intentionally trying to hurt them, but I do feel like it's like someone who I feel like has already caused you a lot of pain, maybe a lot of stress, a lot of strife, a lot of anxiety, all that, to where it's essentially karma. Okay, for some of you, this is just cause and effect. That's what karma essentially is. It's cause and effect, where this is kind of like the balancing of the scales, where this has to happen in order for balance to be restored in not only your life but theirs as well. Meaning for them to either, if they need to take a look and check their actions, check their ego, for them to actually see the consequences of their actions. That's sometimes what has to happen. Okay, and I feel like some of you are essentially issuing karma, whether you realize it or not. You're essentially calling judgment on someone, and this could definitely be someone that you have kids with the Emperor here. And it's just interesting how I shuffled all these cards. Like, I did it on camera so you guys could see it all. Like, it's wild how underneath all these are major arcanas. Major, okay, 4 major arcanas here, and then the 5 of Wands. So I feel like for some of you, this is just, calling judgment on someone, on this is basically the scales of justice. This is karma playing itself out with someone that I feel like some of you have kids with. I feel like it's restoring balance in your life with the Temperance and the Lovers here. I feel like it's essentially restoring balance and bringing you back into a space of harmony. So I feel like even if you guys are ending this year where you kind of feel like, damn, like I really didn't want it to end like that, or I wish it didn't have to be like this, type of thing, where it's like, essentially when you know that you're making decisions from a place of this is what's best for all involved, which is also what the Justice represents, is making a fair judgment call for, the highest and greatest good of everyone that's involved in the situation. It still can hurt us too sometimes, even if we make decisions that essentially would hurt someone else more. When you care, when you are moving from a place of integrity, it hurts us too. So I feel like some of you may be kind of feeling, like I was saying earlier, feeling the remnants of a decision that some of you are being guided to make. It's like you guys are maybe, receiving a message from someone that's, kind of like leading to making a decision. But others of you, this is signs that the universe has been giving you that is just letting you know that, you know, that you're just, that something needs to end, that a lesson needs to be integrated. Otherwise, it's going to keep happening. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like some of you are finally heeding that call. You're finally taking, you know, taking the guidance that's being given here and getting off the hamster wheel, which is then bringing you into this period of milk and honey and time for a nap, essentially bringing you to this place of, you know, finally being able to relax and rest and being like that's finally over, right? It's not to say it's easy, but it's a choice that I feel like some of you are really needing to make at this time with this path here. I feel like it's like preparing you for a new journey that some of you are about to embark on. Okay, for those of you that have been like waiting for certain opportunities to present themselves, I feel like this, whatever this is that some of you are being guided to leave behind, which we haven't even got there yet, okay, is bringing you down a new path. It's helping opening up a new portal, a new door of opportunity. For some of you, it's like literally opening up the opportunity to start a brand new life, okay? And it's requiring you to really come to accepting that this is, you know, that this is what it is, that, you know, this is where we're at, this is what's you know, what's needed at this time. And, you know, some of you are just at this point where it's like you can't keep going, you know, down the same road over and over and over again with someone that maybe some of you have been doing for quite some time. It's like it's time for that to end. So this side, we're touching on what is this full moon energy and what are you guys being asked to leave behind to step into the new year. And this is what's on the horizon as you step out of whatever this is, and whatever it is you're being asked to release and leave behind in 2023. This is what's on the horizon upon doing that, okay? And the middle cards here are advice from your spirit guides. All right, so let's get into this for Virgos. Love Virgos. I'm a Virgo too, so I don't even know I have no idea what this is about. I'm just like, oh Lord, I'm trying to prepare myself. Okay, so all right, so we have the Temple Path and the Magician in the Mirror. So card number 12 and 53, those numbers may be of significance. So clarifying those energies, we also have Poised and Blessed. Okay, so I feel like some of you, like I said, I'm just seeing these as I flip them over in front of you. So I, you know, haven't even had a chance to really, you know, gather the downloads about what they're saying with this right now. So give me a second to do that, please. Sometimes it's instant, and other times it's like, let me sit with this message for a second and you know, let the downloads come about what this is talking about, because we're asking, what are you guys being asked to leave behind? So I feel like for some of you, this could be definitely a person, right? This could be someone that you've essentially manifested, or someone that does magic, okay? I feel like for some of you, you're being asked to leave behind anything that takes you off your path, okay? That I feel like it was maybe something that was once sacred that isn't sacred anymore, okay? It maybe been a connection that maybe once was something special, that maybe started off that way, that started off as something, you know, very in alignment. But I feel like over time that changed. And I feel like this is something that, you know, it's like we all have to remember that. And for some, you know, not everybody knows, but like we essentially create our own reality. So anything good or bad that takes place in our life, just know that we essentially created those experiences for ourselves. You know, we chose those through our decisions, through our actions, through the things, you know, that we choose to stay in, and things that we leave behind as well. It's like, you know, we're all the co-creators with the Most High of our reality. And I feel like some of you are really being asked to release anything, anyone, any limiting ideas or beliefs that keep you off your path as the magician, that keep you from knowing and really tapping into your own unique power, your own unique identity of who you really are as like a spirit having a human experience. I feel like some of you, it's like connections, certain connections. This feels like a connection, especially with the broken heart over there. It feels like, and this is major. Like I said, we have 4 majors that are literally at the bottom of that deck, back to back to back. So I feel like some of you aren't even aware maybe of how big this is about, you know, what you're being asked to release at this time. I feel like some of you may not really understand or see yet the magnitude of you doing this and how much your life is going to change in doing so. I feel like that's not made apparent to you right now. It's not being shown to you yet, and that's why it's at the bottom, because that's hidden energy. That's why it's at the bottom. It's what you don't see. So I feel like some of you are really being asked to leave behind anything that, you know, makes you feel inferior, okay? Anything that keeps you from being in your confidence, from being able to really prepare for what's ahead for you, to really have that, you know, sense of optimism and, you know, like looking forward to the blessings that the universe, you know, is sending your way, okay? I feel like you guys have a lot to be grateful for. And I feel like there's certain maybe people or, like I said, circumstances in your life that you're being asked to release coming into the new year that's keeping you from seeing that. If you're around people who don't practice gratitude, who don't understand how energy works and why gratitude matters, you're not going to have it either. If you spend, you know, too much time around them, if you let their influence, you know, kind of cloud your own judgment, it kind of keeps you from seeing things clearly. And so I feel like some of you are really being asked to release those type of connections, those type of people, even if it hurts you or them. I feel like it's in all fairness. This needs to happen now. I feel like some of you are already aware of this, and you've been getting the signs and the synchronicities and the messages in all the different ways that the universe has been bringing them to you. But it's up to you to actually, you know, listen and act, respond accordingly, essentially. Not react, but act, meaning respond accordingly, because I feel like something is kind of like, you know, it's like the lesson hasn't been learned yet. And I feel like some of you know exactly what this is. And so, and the longer we take to make these sort of decisions, the more difficult it becomes for us to actually make it, okay? So let's see what this, let's get some more details of what this is, Virgo. What is this? What is this? So we have the Four of Cups in reverse, okay, clarified by the Star. We have the Six of Swords, clarified by the Six of Wands. 6-6 here, okay. Knight of Wands, clarified by the Tower. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, clarified by the Five of Swords, okay. So let's see, what is this? What is this? I feel like some of you feel like you've missed out on quite a few opportunities by staying in something that isn't for you. Whether it's, like I said, a connection, an environment, a job, whatever that is, I feel like some of you are really being asked to come out of that energy and allow yourself to move forward. I feel like some of you are really being asked at this time to really allow yourself to get excited about life again, okay? I feel like it's been a long time coming, but it's necessary. I feel like some of you are being really asked to make a plan, you know, to come up with some sort of plan for the long term, even if other people don't like it. It's like, I feel like some of you have maybe been fighting against that, because I know that, you know, being a Virgo myself, and Virgo sun at least, like when we get up here, it's difficult to come out of that. It's difficult, like the grounding, like the meditating that I have to do on a regular, continuous basis. Like I now go outside every day now. Like I was doing that for a period and then kind of like fell off and you know, had to get back on, and it's been difficult, but it helps. It really helps to start my day off getting outside and going out in nature and taking a walk. Sometimes I'll just put my headphones on just so because I don't be feeling like talking to people. Like I don't always have the energy to interact and speak every time someone passes me and shit like that. So I'll put on my headphones, and sometimes like it's a by habit, right? I want to listen to something. And normally it's like Andre 3000's new album, or, you know, music like that, or the audiobook or something like that. It's normally something always positive. It's never, you know, bullshit, but it's just sometimes I just don't even want to do that. And I'll just, like, even today, like I just put on my headphones and I walked to the park, you know, literally down the street at the end of my block, and was just like, you know, I didn't want to listen to anything. Like I just didn't feel like being stimulated in that way. And it's been helpful, right?
So I say that to say that sometimes, you know, we need to take more time to learn how to regulate our energy and regulate our nervous system, right? So you're not finding yourself missing out on opportunities. You're not finding yourself, you know, being kind of like overwhelmed with life, right? We should be excited about it. We should want to live life. We should want to do things and, you know, have fun and all these things. And so when it comes to planning and trying to make certain, you know, business plans, especially for the future and the long term, when you don't know what the fuck that's going to look like, that could be really overwhelming. Okay. And so I feel like you guys are really being asked to kind of like come out of your head with that, right? Especially if there's influences around you that are making it more difficult for you to really channel these messages or channel like what it is that you need to do, what's best for you, what works for you, that's in alignment with your own path. It's like, it's I feel like some of you are really being asked to leave those type of energies behind, okay? Because I feel like some of you, you're on the right path. I feel like some of you need to know that you're exactly where you need to be, and you have all the tools necessary to do what it is you need to do or go where it is you're trying to go. But it's a matter of, you know, allowing yourself to be open, okay? Because when you're in this poised energy, that means you're ready. It's like, what do they say, when success is, or something is when preparedness meets opportunity or something like that. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like being in that energy of, you know, being ready to receive, okay? Because I feel like some of you, it's like you have more going for you than maybe what you give yourself credit for. I feel like some of you have more to be grateful for than maybe other people around you. Maybe what they have going for them, but I feel like it's like a distraction. I feel like it's giving me a distracting type of energy where people are trying to make you, because they're lacking, they're trying to make you feel like your blessings aren't enough either, and you're lacking. You see what I'm saying? And so I really feel like some of you are really being asked to come out of that energy of, you know, feeling like I'm not doing enough or I don't have enough, and realize that I'm exactly where I need to be. There's maybe some healing that needs to be done, but I'm following my true path. And I feel like some of you are really being guided to release anything that's throwing you off of that path, okay? I feel like as you know, there's something that some of you are really needing to move forward from that is going to really, and this could be, like I said, a person who's maybe just with you for your accolades or what they feel like they can get from you, maybe the attention that you give them. So it's going to resonate differently for all of you. But I feel like it's like once you move forward, things are going to fall apart for someone, okay? And it's not to say, like I said, you're doing that on purpose, but it's just kind of like, I can't be your crutch anymore. For some of you, it's like you're a crutch to someone, okay? And this person could definitely be someone who is non-committal, someone who doesn't want to settle down, especially if this has to do with love or, you know, someone that you're dealing with. Like I said, it could be a father figure, someone you have kids with. I feel like some of you, it's like this is maybe something you've been dealing with for quite some time, but it's always drama. It's always an argument. It's always, you know, having to defend yourself. It's always something that you're having to fight about. Okay. Some of you are really being asked to leave that behind. Okay. I feel like this is something for some of you that has been going on for quite some time. And if that resonates, you'll know exactly who that is or what that's about. Even if it's an environment, family, whatever that is, it's like some of you are really getting to this point of outgrowing certain connections, outgrowing certain circumstances, certain environments, certain behaviors, right? To where it's like, even me, like when people try to bring that gossip shit towards me and calling each other a bitch and all, like, no, I'm so, and I'm not even trying to sound like I'm just like, I'm better than, and I'm above you, and no, not even, but I'm really beyond, I've grown beyond that type of behavior where it don't feel good to me, it don't resonate with me, I don't refer to myself that way, I don't talk about myself that way. So when people come to me with that, it's like, oh, whoa, you know what I'm saying? And those are opportunities for me to be able to stand my ground in that way. So I feel like some of you are kind of being guided right now to do the same, right? To allow yourself to really embrace this energy of being ready and confident about your future and confident about what you know you deserve that's trying to come into your experience. There's energies that need to be released in order to let that in though, okay? So let's see what's on the horizon beyond that from the Virgos. So we have indecision and angel of balance. Beautiful.
848. That's interesting. Indecision, angel of balance. So anything that, so it feels like anything that you've been like kind of like in two minds about, or in between worlds about, it's like that's changing. I feel like some of you may be guided to call upon this angel of balance, okay, to help restore balance in your life. But we also see the justice there. So anything that I feel like has been kind of like pulling you in two different directions, I feel like, you know, by releasing this energy here and realizing that like, I'm on the right path, I'm exactly where I need to be, coming to accept that the path that like you feel like you're on the wrong path, but just needing to know that, you know, even if it feels tumultuous, even if it feels challenging, that I'm here because there's something to learn. I'm here because there's something that is needing to be, you know, experienced here. I signed up for these experiences. I chose these experiences with certain people because my soul knew that only those particular ones could teach me these lessons that my soul needed to evolve in this lifetime. And that's where I feel like this path and acceptance comes in here for you guys as well, is this reiteration of you're exactly where you need to be, even if it feels challenging. Like I'm even having to learn that for myself, being a Virgo. Like now it's kind of like, duh, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, as I'm saying it again, like I've known this, but in different, you know, times it hits different. It's kind of like that reminder that some of you needed, right? That even myself needed in this moment. So I just want to show you real fast. We have the 8 here. This is the path 8. This indecision card is an 8, okay? The star here, the 17 is an 8, all right? I'm showing you that because it's making me feel this is what this star represents here, is being on the path, right? Is, you know, knowing that you're exactly where you need to be when you need to be there. If it was meant for you to be anywhere else, you would be, right? So this is where I feel like I said, some of you are kind of like, I don't know what path to take. I don't know what direction to go. This is where that, you know, I feel like upon releasing, you know, maybe the judgment, some of you are really judging yourself really harshly about where you're at and why am I not, you know, in another place. Like things take time. But some of you are, you know, like myself, we get in up here too much and let that take over. And so I feel like some of you are really being guided to, you know, kind of like come to accepting that I am on the path. And when the doors are meant to open, I will be ready to climb up and go through that portal. When that presents itself, I will be ready for it. But it comes with accepting where you currently are. It's like how do you find a solution to a problem if you never really realized there was a problem to begin with? You see what I'm saying? So I feel like that's where some of you are being asked to do right now, is just accept that even if it doesn't feel like it, I'm always on the path. Even if it doesn't feel like it, even if things are challenging and things feel like it's falling apart, it's all part of my path. It's all a part of my divine alignment, my unique blueprint. So I don't need to wish for anything to be different, because if it was meant to be, it would be. And when it is meant to change, it will change. And so coming to the acceptance that I'm exactly where I need to be, right where I am. And that is what I feel like is going to restore this balance here, where some of you have been maybe undecided about if I want to take this job or move here or move there. That balance is going to be restored as you release maybe this idea that you're off, that something's off, or I'm not where I need to be, right? So let's clarify that energy. So we have higher power and yin, card 4 and 2. I was thinking that I saw that number somewhere else, but anyway, 4 and 2, higher power and yin. Okay, so this is, you know, reconnecting to receiving the guidance from the higher powers, right? The yin energy, that's your feminine side, that's your receptive side, that's your side of receiving. So I feel like some of you, as you come to realize that you're exactly where you need to be, it's going to make it easier because you clear out that energy. It then makes it easier for you to be a divine channel to receive the messages that you need from the Most High. So I feel like some of you, this balance that's being restored on the other side of what it is you're releasing coming into the new year, it's going to help you feel that reconnection to the Most High, reconnection to the higher power that lives within all of us, that lives within each of us. Okay, and then it's going to open you up to start receiving the abundance, the blessings, opportunities, the clarity, the alignment, all the things that you feel like you may be lacking or missing. It's going to put that back into alignment. Okay, so clarifying that is the Tower. So we have the Tower on both sides here. Okay, so this is, you know, things that are sudden, unexpected, but towers aren't always bad. Even if it feels bad, even if like for houses that you know, burn up, right? For example, that's something that may feel bad in the moment, because it's only bad when we weren't expecting it. You see what I'm saying? Towers only hurt or feel painful when we didn't see it coming. But
it always gives you, depending on how you choose to look at it, it gives you an opportunity to rebuild. It gives you an opportunity to start over, to start fresh. And that's sometimes when we ignore those signs about starting over, about, you know, starting fresh, it's like the universe has to do it for us, because it's like, why wait? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather it happen now than waiting till, you know what I'm saying, like I've gotten so established and invested to where it's like, it, you know, it feels like it will take even longer to reestablish and start over from that point. So I feel like some of you, you know, this may feel, you know, whatever's coming in, it may feel sudden and unexpected, but it's an opportunity for you to choose how you look at it, to choose your point of perspective. Okay, so the Queen of Coins here with the Hangman. So I feel like some of you, this is, you know, whatever you've been undecided about, restoring that balance is going to call in opportunities for, you know, stability, more money, resources. For some of you, this could be a whole commitment that's coming in, because we did see the Lovers at the bottom of that other deck. So for some of you, while it feels like maybe your heart is broken because you know that there's something maybe you need to leave behind, but you don't want to leave it behind, you don't know if you're making the right decision or choice, this Angel of Balance is going to help restore that sense of balance and knowing that I did make the right decision after all. Even though in the moment I was confused or I wasn't sure, it's going to restore not only the balance of knowing that you did make the right decision, but then it also helps restore and reestablish the trust that you learn how to have with yourself, right? By you surrendering things that you know aren't for you. But this is also, I feel like, going to shift your perspective about something, about a person, about whatever it is you're leaving behind. It's like going to help you see it, how it was really helping you versus hurting you. Okay, and that's a very important perspective to have, is seeing how things that may feel painful in the moment, that are falling apart, how it's really helping you. Okay, so let's see what else. So we have the Three of Wands. Yes, it's ships coming in, things you've been waiting for. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles, the sense of independence being restored, and the Hierophant. Okay, so this is Taurus energy here. We also have Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio energy twice. Could be dealing with any of those signs that may be of significance to you. But let's see what else. Clarifying the Three of Wands is the Page of Cups. Okay, so like I said, this definitely feels like new love is coming in, even if whether or not you accept it. For some of you, this could be an apology. Okay, Seven of Cups. So that's, you know, having options, having more than one thing to choose from, more than one suitor that's, you know, that you can choose from. And then the Eight of Cups. Okay, so for some of you, I feel like anything that you've been kind of really on the fence about, for some of you, this is finally coming to a place of, you know, realizing that, you know, I'm optimistic about the future. I'm excited for what's ahead. Okay, for some of you, it's like you deciding to surrender something or shift your perspective about something could be bringing in a long awaited and long overdue apology for some of you. Someone kind of like really realizing that, damn, like I really fucked up this time. Like Virgo is really not fucking with me again. Like for some of you, this is like, I feel like someone that maybe, you know, like I said, you've had a lot of conflict with, someone, like I said, that you maybe have kids with, and it's like you're finally, I feel like, once and for all being done. And I feel like it's really, you know, shifting someone to actually apologize to you. And I feel like maybe it's someone that you kind of like kept letting back in with the round and round. You kept letting them back in, you kept taking them back, or letting them, giving them access to you and all that. And I feel like finally you guys are like, I'm done. Like I'm choosing myself. Okay. For some of you, it's like you finally learned your lesson with this Hierophant and the Eight of Cups. This is like also, it's not only speaks of marriage and commitment, contracts, you know, traditional values and organizations and things like that, but this also speaks of being a teacher. And you can only be a teacher when you learn, right? You can only teach other people from a place of, I've gone through that, I've been there and I've done that. And so I feel like some of you, that is also what this is showing you, that you finally have closed a contract with someone, maybe a spiritual contract or whatever, because you finally learned the lessons. And that's freeing you to be able to leave this behind once and for all, and finally go towards something that really is in alignment, that really matters to you, that really is for you, because you finally learned what this person was trying to teach you, what this connection was trying to teach you, what the lesson was that some of you have been receiving the messages about but just couldn't seem to integrate the lesson. Couldn't seem to get it right. Just couldn't seem to, finally, not only put your finger on it, but actually apply the lesson to your life. Some of you are finally coming into doing that, and it's opening up doors that some of you have never seen before, that some of you have never experienced before, and it could definitely be doors of new opportunity with someone who is aligned and more for you. Okay, so let's see what Virgo's advice is. So we have self-love, card number 6, absolutely, and realization 3. Okay, so it's powerful. I feel like some of you are really being asked to really love on yourself at this time, because what you're going to come to realize is that there's a whole bigger world out there than maybe what you've been being shown by where you've been kind of like keeping yourself small. I feel like some of you are kind of realizing like there's way more opportunity available to me because I chose myself over what was trying to keep me stuck and trapped, right? It's powerful. It's like being born in a small town and you've never seen outside of that town until finally one day, you go on a trip or someone invites you on a trip. Otherwise you would have never went, and you realize like, holy shit, like I never knew there was so much. There was so much more to see, right? But I wouldn't have known had I not chose to do something that I wanted to do for myself. That's what self-love is. It's not just, loving yourself. Like a lot of people don't even know what that really means. But it means a lot of, it can mean a lot of different things, but also like taking, trips, doing things you want to do, making decisions that are ultimately best for you, right? That's what loving yourself is. Self-love is doing things that I love, doing things that make me feel appreciated, that make me feel valued, and, like I matter. Like what I want matters, what makes me happy and smile and let my inner child live, that shit matters, right? So some of you are really being guided to, do those things, embrace those things that really make you feel loved and appreciated through yourself. Because once you do that, you then realize it opens up a door to allow that same energy to be returned to you through someone else, through other people, through other experiences and other opportunities. Loving yourself, that shows the universe that like, I care about me. I care about this, my soul that resides in this vessel. And in doing so, I'm ready for new opportunities. I'm ready for more money. I'm ready for new experiences. I'm ready to travel. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for new love. I'm ready to experience all that because I chose to love me first. I chose that I matter enough to have that. I deserve those experiences. And in the universe, by law, right? That's what universal law is, has no choice but to mirror those experiences back to you. But it starts within self. So I feel like as you continue to love on yourself, Virgo, and choose yourself above, all the rest, above all the other things that aren't working or that you've been like keeping yourself small, for, it's like you're realizing like there's so much more out there waiting for me to walk through and see. But you have to choose it. You have to choose to love yourself enough to walk through the door that is being presented to you, to walk through the door that may feel big, you may feel small, but just know that if it's being presented to you, it's because you're ready for it. Nothing's too great for you. You just have to love yourself enough to choose that I deserve it. I deserve this experience. I deserve to see what else is out there. I deserve to have more. I deserve to have opportunities open up to me and be available and ready to walk through them. You see, if you notice, and this card is kind of hard to tell because it's small and it's kind of dark right here, but she's standing there at this doorway carrying nothing. She's literally just standing there with her hands behind her back, just like just looking at what's all there, right? So that means that she's not carrying any baggage with her. She's not carrying the baggage of the past, the baggage of disappointment and people that just want to argue with you and fight with you and give you problems and shit like that. She's stepping there at the front of that door of opportunity, light. And you're light when you love yourself. Because when you love yourself, you release all that baggage. You refuse to take it with you. Because it's just like, why? It's too heavy. Why would I want to do that? If I want to start running out this door and I have all this stuff to carry, you're not going to be able to do that, right? So I feel like loving yourself, you're really being asked to love yourself at this time, Virgo, because you have bigger doors that are just waiting to open up to you in doing so. So this is deep, Virgo. I love y'all so much. I really hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did delivering it. If you did, I really appreciate if you smash that thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you have not. And until next time, you guys.